Happy New Year and welcome back to Man v Film. It is 2021 and hopefully it's going to be much better than 2020. And I have a few resolutions to make, things that I would like to change or do more of or better regarding my channel, regarding film watching and just usual stuff like that. So I want to run through some of the things that I want to achieve or change in the next year. Now, some of that might seem silly, but it's things that goals that I have that I'd really like to make at some point. I'd like to become a completionist, which is my first resolution, and to become a completionist on a few different ranges, to be fair. So the Masters of Cinema range is something that I love. I have a lot of their releases, but I'm still missing around about 15 titles from there. So over the next year, I would like to pick up these titles at some point and hopefully become a completionist. It may only be for a little while, but I would like to do it. I've done it once before and then I didn't really keep up with it, but I feel I'm more in the rhythm of keeping up now. So I'd like to become a completionist for that indicator. I'm missing about 22 titles, so that's probably more of a stretch this year. I'll try and pick up the ones that I really want out of that. And as well as picking up the new titles, but I'd like to get a little bit closer to having most of their releases if I can. And last on the completionist one is the Italian collection from 88 Films, a series that offers a hell of a lot of surprises. Very rarely do you find a brilliant, amazing movie, but most of them are just generally entertaining and things that I really get something out of. So I'm still missing 16 titles from that collection, and hopefully over the next year I'll be able to pick those up during sales or something. It'll have to be all about the prices and whether I become a completionist or not, because well, money doesn't grow on trees, so it's all about what's available. Now, this year, in 2020, sorry, last year, it's already getting confused. In 2020, I watched 601 movies. 295 of that was discs. Now I wanted to watch more discs in 2020. That was a resolution I made last year, and I did that. I'm really happy with the way things went. I didn't really get it running properly till maybe March, April time. So this year I would just like to hit over 300 discs watched. That would be amazing. I'd be really happy with that. But ideally, if I could pick a number out there, which I am just about to do, I would like to watch 365 movies on disc this year. Really delving into the collection, new buys, as well as really picking out some key movies from the collection that I haven't checked out as yet. It'd be something that I'd be really passionate about doing. You know, last year at the start of the year I had a revelation about buying all these discs just for the sake of buying them, not really getting to them, and I've now made it a job to get to them. And that leads me to something that I've curated this year that I've really enjoyed doing, and that's my playlists. I made playlists for a lot of the boutique labels, and my aim was to try and get about 50 reviews under each playlist, and some of them I exceeded it. I think the 88 Films, I'm about 80. Indicator, I'm about 80. Would it be Masters of Cinema? I think I'm about 60. Arrow, I'm over 50. I did it for most of the big labels that I really wanted to do, and I want to grow on that next year. I want to add more of these. I'd like to get them to over 100 if I can, which I don't think should be too much of an issue. One label I haven't really delved into is Criterion. I've only got about 10 reviews on my channel for Criterion releases, and I'd really like to get that to the 50 mark by the end of 2021. Big goals, might not be achievable, but I'm going to really give it a go and see if I can get there. Also this year, one of the things I made a promise to myself was whatever I buy, I'm going to watch, and that was pretty good for most of the year. I stuck to that. Unfortunately, at the last few months of the year, I got a lot of titles, and it's been struggling to get that watch list down, which is sitting about 60 movies, and I'm going to try and get that curtailed as quickly as I possibly can, because I want to start afresh, or as fresh as I can. And I know January's a pretty limited month. February's a little bit more busier for new releases, so I'm going to try and get through as many of them as I can. I want to make sure that if I'm buying something, I'm using it, and it's not just filling up the shelves for the sake of filling up the shelves, because it's pointless, waste of money. So that's another one of my resolutions. And the kind of last one is, well, it's a kind of joint thing. So I want to try some new things on the channel. I've got ideas of things I'd like to do, and I would like to do more live streams. It's something I'm really interested in. It's that kind of connection with people watching and having the conversation, which is something I really enjoy. Now, I've done a couple of live streams and I've really enjoyed what I've done, but it's more just a self-confidence issue. And it's hard to really put into words, but I suppose I'm verbalising it now. But it's something that I'm not 100% comfortable with. You know, when I'm doing these videos, I record it, I edit it, I'm happy with it, I upload it. You know, I have a certain level of control. When it comes to the live stream, you're trying to watch the chat, you're trying to make sure the video and audio is fine, you've got a few different things going on. I just feel like I've got a lack of control when you're doing the live streams. Like I said, and then you're always worried that nobody's going to turn up, nobody's going to drop into the chat, you'll run out of things to say. It's neurosis for the sake of it. It's something that I need to get over, and I'm going to try a little bit harder to try and do regular live streams if and when I can. Some of the new things I've got planned are things that I've wanted to do for a while, and I procrastinate and I put off, and I'll never have the time to do that. I'm in lockdown, I have the time, there is things that I've had planned that I kind of get halfway through and give up. Some of my YouTube friends out there know of some of the things that I've started and not finished and never published any of it. And it's all just sitting, waiting to go at some point. But that's about everything I want to cover. That's the things that I would love to really happen in the next year. As for the channel and numbers and subscribers and all that jazz, who cares? Whatever's going to happen is going to happen, and that. But I'm so grateful for the people that watch, the people that comment, the people that engage and encourage me to buy more movies because you have picked up something that's super awesome, or dropping that amazing knowledge that you guys have on film, which is always enlightening. So thanks for watching. I hope you had a brilliant new year. I hope this 2021 is going to be fantastic for you, and I look forward to seeing you on my channel. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.